Your entire being is a system. That system is created to give you feedback. You use that feedback to raise your self-awareness. So for example, I need to understand what thoughts are, and I need to understand what I am in terms of I'm not just this one thing, I'm multiple parts. All of my parts have thoughts. They have different thoughts. So when I have this thought that is extremely different to this thought and this thought and this thought, I need to be able to understand that. So I need to be able to observe, oh, this part of me is having this thought. Oh, this part of me is having this thought. This part of me has this thought. The part of me that's having this thought is actually against this part. It's like, oh, why are these parts against each other? What's all that about? This part of me carries this belief. What is a belief? It's a thought that's thought over and over again. So I'm learning, oh, okay, this is how I work. I have multiple parts. They all have thoughts and they all carry different beliefs. This part of me believes that I'm unlovable. This part of me believes that I'm rejected. This part of me believes that I'm amazing at football. This part of me really loves painting, but this part of me won't let this part of me paint because this part has learned that painting is ridiculous and it won't be able to make me any money. By understanding that I am multiple parts and these parts have different desires, I can use that information. And then, okay, well, what's my feeling system? My feeling system is the way that my being gets the attention of the conscious driver, the conscious awareness, which is what I am, the observer self, the most self that I am. Someone brushes past me, I'll feel that as feedback, like, oh, okay. If I cut myself, oh my God, that feels strange. That's feedback. It's a way to be like, don't let that happen. You don't want to damage this body with using this human being as a way to experience this reality. I have my senses. My 5 senses is what allows me to experience this reality. If I lost all 5 senses, I'd still be here, but I wouldn't be able to experience the reality. So I have my senses. So I need to look after my human being in such a really good way. So I don't lose my eyesight. I don't lose my mobility. I don't lose my hearing. I can still eat comfortably. I can still try to be as healthy as I can. Okay, that's more as well. So when I'm feeling like a cut on my hand, that's more feedback. If I stab my hand, the feeling that I would get would be so extreme that it would force me to go seek medical attention. That extreme feeling is feedback to say, if you don't get this sorted, we'll probably die. It's like, oh, okay. So the reason it's so extreme is because it needs instant attention, and that extreme feeling of pain will get it instant attention. Same with my emotions. If I feel an emotion, that's a feedback. That's communication to me. If I'm being triggered to feel anger, that's not me just being angry. That's my being's system of saying, hey, there is a part of you that you have suppressed that is carrying the emotion of anger, which I'm bringing to your awareness. And this part right now is what's causing you to be out of alignment of your natural healthy state. So that allows me to go, all right, well, I'm going to look at this anger. I'm going to try and understand it, go towards it. And I know this part of me that's holding anger also has thoughts, also has belief, also might not want something or might want something. And I am not one part, I'm multiple parts. So I'm learning how I work as a being. And by learning that framework, the reason I teach that framework, because it gives you everything you need in order to raise your self-awareness in the most powerful way to catapult you forward. There are tools we use. Okay, we can journal. There are exercise sheets that I give as well to be like, okay, how do I challenge a belief without invalidating that part of myself? That's quite an interesting one in itself. I know that I don't want to believe that what I believe, but by ignoring it is not resolving it. It's trying to bulldoze it, and that won't work. That doesn't work. So how do I validate that part of myself but still work towards changing that belief? Once you learn the framework of how you work as a conscious emotional being, honestly, there's literally nothing stopping you. That's the reason why I've created my inner awareness framework, is because it can point you towards anything. It can be like, I want love in my life. All right, this is how you raise your awareness about that. I want wealth. Okay, use the same framework. I want a new house, a new car. I want to go do this new job, do this. All right, like literally everything is a feedback. The conscious driver is about learning how to understand that feedback and do what you need to do.